What you see are two 12-volt batteries to put into my '09 Indian vintage motorcycle. And one on the left is a Duralast from Autozone. The one on the right is a Renegade from Renegade. It's actually a wicked start battery. As you can see, the model number RG50-N18L-WS. I'm sure it stands for wicked start. This is supposed to be supposedly for an Arctic Cat snowmobile, but the dimensions are such that it's similar to what this one is. The only difference between the two externally is this one's black with a red casing, or black with a black top to the casing. This is a black case with a red top, but the terminals are the same. The front right here, the ribbing is the same between the two. This one's supposedly rated at 340 cold cranking amps. This is 500 cold cranking amps. I just came back from Harbor Freight and I picked up a scan tool, if you will. I'm not sure if you can see it through the glare, but I'm going to do a systems test on this, see if I can see my fingers and all that. Just bear with me. Standard flooded. This is an AGM battery, so scroll down. And it says, I'm looking for cold cranking amps. That's the top one. Hit enter. I pre-selected the 340 based on the up and down buttons on this particular one. Battery is not in the vehicle. Select down. The test. Granted, there's no load on this. This is just sitting on my countertop. Looks like 593 for the cold cranking amps. I'm going to switch this over to the Renegade battery. Trying to do this holding the camera in my hand like most of us do. And so I'm looking for the system setting test, the battery. Battery test. Looking for the AGM flat rate battery, I guess it would be. I don't know what AGM spiral is. Looking for cold cranking amps again. This is pre-selected at 500. This must reset to 500 when you hook it up again. I suppose if I wanted to go up higher, I could do that, but in this case it's at 500 cold cranking amps, so I'm going to select that. Vehicle it's not in the vehicle. Yeah, this is the Renegade. Shows a cold cranking amp of 649 based on this, but again, it's not in the bike. But based on this, the Wicked is actually 100 cold cranking amps higher than the Duralast Gold. Difference in prices: this is $199 from Renegade. It's about $140 from AutoZone, if you will. This battery I was comped because when I went back to AutoZone, recently to get a replacement battery for my '09. In 2023, tail end of 2023, I bought a battery for the bike. And at that time in 2023, AutoZone had batteries dating back to July of 2022 sitting on the shelf in all the stores local to Knoxville, Tennessee. I finally found one that was later in the year for 2023 and put it in. Fast forward to 2025, about 3 weeks ago, and I went and I called to the same AutoZone stores. Believe it or not, they still had 2022 batteries sitting on the shelf. So I complained to AutoZone, and the rep for this area was nice enough, and he checked with all the stores. It took him 2 weeks to get back to which, and by the time I did hear back from him, I had already ordered this battery, got it off of Amazon for $149 with tax. It came to $163 delivered to my house. This one he comped me, meaning he gave it to me free, short of I have to turn it back in I have to turn in a battery out of my bike to get the core charge back, which is just under $11. So that's my dilemma. Which one to go with? I don't use the bike very much. $180 or $170 I could get back if I return this to Amazon. But should I stick with this one based on the cold cranking power, or use this one that's free and just keep it on a trickle charger for the few times I use it? I'm not going to be using it in cold weather, it's just going to be summertime. It's a dilemma, but I was just curious as to the cold cranking amp capabilities of both of these batteries.